Successfully managing safety from a distance starts with senior leadership support and building trusting relationships with employees, according to Jeremy Shorthouse, manager of environmental health and safety at Molson Coors Canada. Jeremy spoke to Canadian HR Reporter TV about successfully managing safety from afar. What are some of the difficulties when managing health and safety from a distance?
Just speaking from a Canada perspective, the country has a lot of different diverse cultures when you go from province to province and area to area. So that's one of the challenges. From my standpoint, there is a lot of facets of our business, from farming through retail through operations. And of course, each of those looks at their business as different and an integral part of the business. So, you know, when you take all that and then you add in all of the important people that you need to build relationships with across Canada, you know, you have to sort of get into their culture and understand where they come from in order to be successful.
You say senior management buy-in is essential. Why?
You know, I always say that senior management needs to be visible. Health and safety needs to be a value inside your organization, not just a priority. And that's a challenge sometimes for health and safety professionals and organizations to understand that side of it. We all know priorities change, but values don't. As a safety professional, our goal is to sell to senior leaders that, you know, safety becomes an integral part of our business. And that, you know, safety isn't, you know, I've always told people safety doesn't have to be number one in your organization. I think actually companies shouldn't say safety is number one, because you got to walk that walk, which is very difficult. I think all safety professionals just want safety to be an integral part of the business, as much as quality and all the other parts of the business, and not seen just as this outside area.
Do safety supervisors with staff around a small region face the same problems as supervisors with staff across the country?
I think a lot of the distance thing just doesn't necessarily mean distance because Canada's a big country and, you know, it's very wide and very widespread out. I think a lot of it is just distance can mean a lot of different facilities or a lot of different facets of the business. So, for example, you know, if you have you know, where I came from, we had farming, we had retail stores, we had operational sites, we had wine kickups. So there's all kinds of different facets of the business. They all may be in Ontario. They may be closer than you think. You can get to them all at once. But it's still managing at a distance because you're centralized in one spot and trying to manage out to each of those sites.
How does strategy come into play?
Strategy from my perspective when I joined the organization was to look at what we had and what was available, and it was quite easily found that some of the areas had very good health and safety programs and some of them didn't have any health and safety programs at all. So as a single resource, I looked at it and said, hey, you know, I can do this two ways. I can go out and audit or gap analyze everybody, but, you know, I'm going to find some good and some bad and then try to help. Or if we're going to build as a team and put a national program in place, why don't we start as we just started building a new program from square one with the policy through the roles and responsibilities and grow the program over a period of time. And another strategy was not to throw a whole pile of stuff at the team at once. I really, you know, to get buy-in, because they all wear all kinds of different hats at these sites. You know, it's not, safety isn't their number one, it's just a piece of the puzzle. By implementing it slowly over a period of time, they buy into it a lot more.